Welcome to the Elite Business Academy podcast, the favourite show for business owners and entrepreneurs to get their weekly fix of motivation and knowledge. Discover powerful strategies on how to build a successful business and techniques to create a positive life. And now, here's your host, motivational speaker, business coach and founder of the EBA, Craig Wilkinson.
Hello and welcome to the Elite Business Academy podcast. My name's Craig Wilkinson and I'm your host for today's episode. But before we get started, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of the people that are tuning in religiously, and the comments, the likes, the shares, the emails, the direct messages we get across all our social media platforms on people who are listening to this podcast, getting real value, motivation and knowledge from it. But more importantly, the ones that are taking action on what they're learning, because it's starting to make a massive difference in their businesses and in their lives. And if this is the first time you've tuned into one of my podcasts, what I would suggest is you subscribe on whatever the favourite app you are listening to this podcast on. Subscribe so you never miss another episode. Everybody who knows me, Craig Wilkinson, especially our members, our Elite Circle and our Inner Circle members who attend all my events, they know that I've got something that I describe as a bulletproof mindset. In other words, I've got a positive mindset that nobody can break. You cannot, I always use this analogy, you cannot break a man that's already hit rock bottom in his life, as I have done. So even though people try to break me, even though I overwhelm myself with things that I need to do, and I put too much on my shoulders sometimes, I know that I cannot break, because where I've been in my life in the past is at the bottom, and the only way for me and my mindset is up. But I also have to be honest with you. And although people see me happy, positive, motivated all the time, I do my podcast, I've got my EBA TV, I've got Member Success Show, I've got all this content going out there where I'm sharing all the knowledge and the motivation with you. Listen, I'm a human being at the end of the day, and there are days where I have off days. There are days where I feel crap. There are days where I really have to dig deep and pull myself out of maybe a little negative spiral that I feel myself dipping into. And that can be tough. But I've learned over the years to, number one, identify when one of these mood swings or these negative beliefs are coming into me. But number two, I also know what I need to do to flick it, to change my state, to change my conditioning and get myself out of it before it starts spiraling out of control. Now, to do this, I use many apps, many different tools, many different techniques that I've learned from other coaches and trainers over the last decade. So what I want to do right now is share one of those apps, one of those tools that I use on a daily basis that helps me stay as focused and as positive as I can be from the minute I get up in the morning. You see, for the vast majority of business owners, getting up in the morning can sometimes be a challenge in itself. Listen, there are people out there, in particular new businesses, that have set up and they've got that drive, determination and passion, and they can't wait to get up and get into that office or get into that vehicle or get to site or whatever they're doing. They've got that passion, they've got that desire. But established businesses know that over a period of time, that desire, that purpose, that passion, that why you're doing what you're doing starts to wane, it starts to disappear under all the pressures and problems of strains of running your own business. Therefore, for many business owners, as soon as that alarm goes off, their negative side of their brain starts to kick in. And they start to worry, they start to stress about the things that they haven't got done. Because let's face it, most business owners don't have enough time in a day, in a week, in a month to get everything done. So we're playing catch up as soon as we wake up. And then on top of all the things that we haven't got done, and we've put ourselves under pressure by not getting done, we've then got all the forward thinking and all the planning and all the strategies of what we need to be doing in the future. So is there any wonder that sometimes when we wake up in the morning, the pressures of business and life in general start to get a little bit too much, and this has a negative effect on our mindsets as soon as we get up in the morning. So if we're going to get up in a bad mood, if we're going to get up with a negative outlook on the day ahead before we've even gone and brushed our teeth, what vibes, what energy, what frequency are we shooting out there into the universe? What are we telling the universe we want that day? Negativity. Now this used to be me. I ran my business, and for 12 long, hard years, I used to get up in this bad mood, in this bad state because of everything that I'd got to get done, and cash flow problems and team problems and customers moaning and whinging and whining about things. And I had to learn to shift that energy, to shift the state of mind as soon as I got up, or otherwise the day would just spiral out of control. I'd finish the day in a bad mood, therefore I'd get up the next day in a bad mood, and the cycle would start all over again. So what I did is I turned to YouTube literally, and I started searching for things like how to become more positive, how to have a better outlook on life, how to get a positive mindset. And a video popped up, and it was a TED Talk video by this guy called Andy Puddicombe. And this Andy Puddicombe, he's got a bald head, and he's holding, I think it were 3 red balls. And he started to talk in this really calm, soothing voice about how life is a bit like a washing machine, where you put things into it and it starts to whir, and then it speeds up, and then it does this, and then it does that, and everything just gets muddled. Then he started saying that 47% of your thoughts are lost in translation. So everything you're thinking about is getting lost in all the mess that's going off in your head. And then he went on to share how this constant mind wandering is also a direct cause for negativity and unhappiness in people's lives. He then went on to say that there was something that we could do about this, and that there were a positive, practical and scientific proven technique that would allow our minds to become more healthy, therefore we would become more positive. And then he started juggling these balls, and the balls going faster and slower, and he was describing the pace of life and what this negative effect it's having on you, your mind, your health, your well-being. And I thought, you know what? 47% of our thoughts are lost. I don't want to spend half my life being lost. So I want to do something about it. So what is it this guy is selling? What's he doing? What's this technique that he's preaching about? And then at the end, this smooth, really relaxing voice that's coming out of this Andy goes on to talk about meditation, and how using meditation and clearing your mind just for 10 minutes a day, clearing your mind of all that clutter and crap that you keep filling it with, is essential if we want to build a happy, balanced life, but more importantly, if we want to have a healthy, focused and positive mindset. Now, of course, I'd heard of meditation, but I just presumed that meditation was somebody sat on a hill with a Buddha statue, humming with candles lit around them. I didn't realise that meditation could be done in just 10 minutes, sat in the comfort of your own house in silence. So I followed the links that were in the YouTube description, and it took me over to a website called headspace.com. And it turned out that Andy is the founder of headspace.com. And as I'm looking through Andy's website, I see that it's all around light meditation and getting people to just switch off for 10 minutes at certain parts of the day, just to focus on clearing the mind and focusing in on themselves. And I thought, do you know what? This sounds fantastic. This sounds exactly what I'm looking for. And do you know what? To be honest, I'd have never have dreamed of signing up for something like a light meditation course. But I did. I signed up for a free account on headspace.com. I downloaded their free app onto my smartphone, and I started delving in and looking into all of these clever packs and clever courses that Andy had put together on all different subjects and areas of life that people may be struggling with. So what I started to do is, as soon as I woke up in the morning, I would come downstairs before Sarah and the kids and everybody else were up, while it was nice and quiet, and I'd just sit at the dining room table with a little lamp on in the background, so just a little bit of light. I'd pop my earphones in, go onto my app, and I'd start one of the courses that Andy had put into Headspace. And I was absolutely shocked, really, and surprised about, after sort of like 10 days of doing the first course, how much better my mindset was first thing in the morning. So I made a conscious decision, after seeing the early results and what it were doing for me, to make that decision, say, listen, enough is enough, Craig. No more getting up in a bad mood. No more getting up with a negative attitude, because it's not doing anything to help you out. If you want things to change in your life, then you've got to change it. You've got to do something different to what you've been doing for them previous 12 years. So I continued using Headspace. I got into it. I did more meditation. I searched and researched more about meditation processes and techniques on what we need to go through. I ended up paying for the app and going to the paid version, which is, it's just £9.99 a month. For less than £10 a month, it can help you become more healthy, more focused, and clear that mind. And then I've upgraded to the annual plan, so I just pay on an annual basis now. But what Headspace has done for me, particularly in the morning, is it gets rid of all that negativity that is about to hit us. Because as I explained earlier, business owners, we know that as soon as our eyes open, a lot of us, as soon as our mind kicks in, it's all the crap's going to come to us. I don't allow that to happen. I stand at the guard of my own mindset, and I will not let negativity into my mind or into my life. So what I do in the morning is I get up. I mean, this is for another podcast, but I have a gratitude journal at the side of my bed, and I write down 10 things that I'm most grateful for before I've even got out of bed. So in other words, before my feet have even touched the floor, touched the universe, I'm shooting gratitude into that universe by writing down 10 things that I'm grateful for. What I then do is I come downstairs, and the first thing I do is I listen to Headspace. And I've now been doing this consistently for years and years. And I just take that 10 minutes to listen to Headspace, to calm everything down, to get rid of any negativity that might be about to ascend upon me, clear that mind, get laser focused, and get myself set up for the rest of the day. But what I love most about Headspace is how simple and easy it is, and how everything's broken down into categories. So listen, it doesn't matter what walk of life or background you're from, or you don't even have to be a business owner to use this. Andy goes into things and covers things such as money worries, dealing with money worries, of dealing with family issues and problems, even bereavement, health issues, how to sleep better, letting go of stress, how to become a happier person, how to build better relationships. There is so much content involved in Headspace. I think it's phenomenal for a tenner a month. It's nothing. So I would encourage you to go and check out headspace.com. Just sign up to start off with for the free version, exactly like I did, and get into just this light meditation, just 10 minutes a day, 10 days on the trot. And that's how he sets it all up. So 10 minutes a day, 10 days on the trot, and just begin to feel how you feel after such a short space of time. And I'll be honest, it's not easy to get into straight away because we're having to do something that we don't normally do. We've probably never took 10 minutes to sit in silence with headphones on, just focusing on our body and sounds and things like that he talks you through. But the sooner we start, the sooner the shift, the sooner the change can be. And once I got it in my head, once I got up in the morning, I was a lot more positive, I was a lot more focused, I was a nicer, happier person. Things generally started to change for the better in my life. Now, it's not just headspace that I do a whole host of other things in my morning routine, such as exercise, such as affirmations. But I'd love you to just go and check out Headspace because it's made a massive difference to me and my life. It's making a massive difference to a lot of my inner circle members that I tell to go and get involved with Headspace. But just make a start on doing something different to flip it. So when you get up in the morning, we're gonna counteract the negativity that's about to hit us, and we're gonna replace that with something that's meaningful. And to create a more positive mindset. Now you should know my theory behind everything that I do already, which is massive action equals massive results. So there is no excuses for anybody listening to this podcast right now not to go and get involved with Headspace. Or, listen, I'm not just plugging Headspace. There are loads and loads of free apps out there that do exactly the same as what Headspace does. It's just that I found Headspace and it works for me. You know, go and research some motivation or light motivation apps out there because there might be something out there that you prefer over and above Headspace. But we can't blame time because this only takes 10 minutes a day, and surely you've got 10 minutes that you can invest into yourself to become a better and more positive person. We also can't blame it on we haven't got the finances to invest into this because there's a free version of Headspace, so it costs nothing. You don't have to even pay for the monthly fee. Just get onto the free version. So there is no excuses for us to not make that shift that we all need in our lives right now. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking, why is Craig pushing and plugging and making a big play on this Headspace? Is there an interior motive behind this? Listen, absolutely not. This is not an affiliate. I'm not going to send you an affiliate link. I don't even know. I've never met Andy in my life. But I tell you something, let's put this out into the universe. If you do know Andy or you've got connections into Andy, I'd love to speak to the guy because I'd just like to shake his hand and say thank you for making a massive difference to my life and my family's life. And I mean, even better, let's get him on this podcast. Let's get Andy on this podcast. So if you know of him or you've got connections or inroads to him or you want to share this podcast to him, then please do so. But this is not, I've got no interior motive, nothing's happening, there's no affiliates, nothing like that going off. I just genuinely do want to help you because I know that it's helped me. And if it can help me in the situation and the place I was in my life at that time, I know it can make a massive difference to you too. Check out one of the links that I've put in the description of this podcast because I've linked back to that TED Talk video on YouTube that I originally watched of Andy, and I'd encourage you to just take a few minutes out to watch that video because I'm pretty sure that once you've watched the video, the penny will finally drop. At the Elite Business Academy, we understand that sometimes running your own business can feel like a tough old lonely place. Which is why on our website we give away loads of free content, knowledge, information and resources to help you grow yourself and improve your business. So I'd encourage you to head over to www.elitebusinessacademy.co.uk. Go and grab the free ebooks, go and grab the videos and the other podcasts that we've got on there to help you take your business to that next level. Also, I'd encourage you to get involved on our Facebook group The culture and the community that we've created within the Elite Business Academy, we believe is unlike no other. So if you want to be part of a safe Facebook group and community where you can share knowledge, contacts, information, motivation to help each other, please head over to www.facebook.com/groups/Elite Business Academy. And finally, I just want to say a massive thank you once again for tuning in to this episode, and I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing you over on our next one. And remember, massive action equals massive results. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my podcast episode. If you're new to our channel, could I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Below this video, I've put together a playlist of all the other episodes in our podcast show. One last thing, if I can ask you to turn on the bell to notify you of future episodes.